Today is Monday, the 2nd of May, 2011, and I'm here to take Father God's message for today. And He is here and He is saying, "My dear friends, I asked for this opportunity to share with you, to speak with you about this special moment, because this is a special moment in your history. As you may be aware, tomorrow is the new moon for the month of May. And some of you will understand that the new moon is a time of new beginnings in many ways, and those that have understood how to work with the moon over the eons have understood that this is a time to begin to visualize what you wish to see come forth in your life over the next month, and to use the energies of the new moon to plant the seeds, you might say, of what you wish to see. The new moon is a time for planting. The full moon is a time for harvesting. And this is played out on a broader basis in the sense that many farmers that are looking to plant a spring crop, or a crop at least which begins its journey in the spring, will plant with this new moon. And then when it is harvest time, they will often harvest at the time of the full moon some months later. And so there is this understanding of the cycle that still exists for many who work with the land. And as you also understand, spring is a time for new growth and a time of bringing forth new life, in a sense. And that is what is happening with this new moon. Usually the messages that you receive are about the full moons, because they are moments of greater power in general than new moons. However, this one is a little different, because it is that moment, if you will, when the visibility of changes in preparation for what you know of as the end of 2012 and the process of ascension will begin to emerge more publicly. Yes, you could say the earthquakes and other things have been visible to the public. However, they have not understood that these have been part of what has been unfolding in preparation for the ascension process. Many have speculated that it has been HAARP that has been responsible for the Japanese earthquake, and many who wish to buy into the belief that the dark are responsible for everything negative that happens upon the planet readily buy this story. But I tell you, HAARP was not responsible for the Japanese earthquake. It was a key part of the preparation for the ascension process, and part of what occurred with that earthquake was a further shift in the axis of the planet. And there is one that remains, which will occur at the time of the ascension process. So I mention these things for your clarification and understanding. However, let me return to this new moon, because it truly is a special moment. A moment when, as I said, the evidence begins to come forth. There are many triggers that have been planned to awaken humanity. And there are perhaps none more important than the process of the rejuvenation of the physical body. And this has been talked about in many ways, in many forms. And there have been many reasons why it has not come forth until this time. But this new moon coincides with when the evidence will soon be upon you of the truth of what is unfolding. In addition, the changes upon the planet will begin to accelerate. It is also the trigger which we anticipate will bring forth the financial changes in the world which have been forecast for some time but have as yet not come forth either. And so these energies of this new moon are, you could say, energies which are planting new seeds that are, perhaps more accurately, leading to the germination of new seeds, because it is time for these changes to truly begin to flow forth in your midst, so that humanity and the planet and all upon it begin their preparation in earnest. It is at last that moment when all of this will come forth. And so it is.